'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas would soon be there.
Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho. I guess Adam doesn't want presents this year. I need to make some cookies. Happy holidays, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Max AC channel. For this festive season, we will be finishing off our theme of Sweet Treats December with making our fourth sweet treat that will help you celebrate the holidays. For this week's episode, we will be making some chocolate chip cookies. For this recipe, you will need 10 ingredients: 1 cup or 2 sticks of butter, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1 cup packed brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 2 large eggs, 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, half teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon salt, and of course, 2 cups or 1 12-ounce bag of chocolate chips. First, preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Then, while we wait, we'll prepare the dough mix. In a mixing bowl, add the flour, baking soda, salt, and baking powder, and give it a good mix. Next, in a separate bowl, add the butter and both sugars, and then beat until combined. Before mixing the butter, you want to make sure it's softened. If you need to quickly soften it, one trick that I learned is to grab a ceramic bowl and fill it with hot water. Let that warm the bowl up for a few minutes and then dump the water. Dry the bowl and then place it over the butter and let it soften for a couple minutes. Once well combined, add your vanilla and eggs to the sugar-butter mixture and beat until fluffy. Next, gradually mix in your dry ingredients until it's evenly combined. Then, add in your chocolate chips and mix well to distribute them throughout the dough evenly. Once everything is ready, grab a baking sheet lined with parchment paper and roll your cookies into balls. I recommend rolling about 2 to 3 tablespoons of dough per cookie, but you of course can use more or less depending on how big you like your cookies. When placing your cookies, make sure to space them out a bit as they will flatten when they bake. I was able to fit a dozen cookies per batch, but just make sure that they have plenty of room to spread out, and don't be afraid to do more than one batch if you can't fit everything in one. Then, the oven should be done preheating by now, so bake your cookies for about 8 to 10 minutes or until they flatten and start to turn brown. Once they are ready, take the cookies out of the oven and let them rest on the baking pan for a couple of minutes so that they can harden up a bit, and then remove them to a plate or cooling rack to allow them to cool further. If you have another batch to bake, add your dough and repeat until you have finished baking all of your cookies. With the amount of dough that I had, I was able to make 36 cookies in total, but this of course will fluctuate depending on how much dough you use per cookie. But no matter what size they come in, once you finish baking them, your chocolate chip cookies are now ready to eat. This chocolate chip cookie recipe is one of my favorites to make because it's so simple and they always come out super delicious. If you have any leftovers, place the cookies into a plastic bag and store them in the fridge for up to 2 weeks or up to 2 months in the freezer. Though, if you're going to store them in the freezer, I recommend storing them in dough form. Just roll the dough into balls and they should be good to go when you want to bake fresh cookies. I also really like this recipe because it makes my favorite type of chocolate chip cookies. The ones that are a bit soft and gooey, but still have a nice firmness when you bite into them. And with a tall glass of milk, ugh, just the best. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. In the comments below, let me know how it went if you decided to make it, and let me know if there's anything you want me to make next. Like the video, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to this channel for more episodes of the Max AC channel. And remember, If you want to stay cool in the kitchen, turn your AC to the max and watch the Max AC channel. And I hope you all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Ho 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 ho. Nom 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 nom. Santa?